when they blocked the extra point and returned it, first off, at first glance, I thought the play clock expired. And then Sonny asked me a question. If the play clock expires, is that reviewable? And I didn't know the answer to that.
I would think it would be.
Like, can a coach throw a flag on that and say, hey, hold on, the play clock expired?
In college, they essentially review everything anyway, right? Don't they?
Now, it looked like it was as it was snapped at 0, but I didn't know the rule.
The way they explained it is that when the ref is looking at the clock, and then when the clock goes 0, he then looks to the ball.
Exactly.
I heard that. It was Blackledge explained that well.
That was insane.
But my question is, if Charlie Strong,
yes, I understand,
the head coach of Texas, if one of his guys was head coach, even though it would be a delay game penalty on us, you don't get the 2 points for them, ask for review, that should be a dead ball. I just didn't know if that's reviewable or not. In any event, between that and for me at least, the Houston return of the short field goal,
right,
in which he jumps over his own man towards the end there.
Yep.
It was as great a college opening weekend as you could have.
It was. The reason I was bringing this up is because of something that Richard Sherman, the defensive back for the Seattle Seahawks, said. And Richard Sherman said a lot of interesting things about this whole Colin Kaepernick thing.
Right.
But what he basically said, he said, why can't society be like a sports team? Why, essentially I'm paraphrasing what he's saying, and I know exactly what he's talking about. When you come together as an NFL team or a college team where there are 100 kids on the roster, the coach stands in front of you and says, guys, you got to put all your differences aside. If we want to win, what's important to us as a team, if we want to win, we have to put our differences aside. You're going to listen to different music. You're going to have different political views. You may feel differently about God. You may feel differently about the way things are run in a certain place. We have to keep that out of the locker room. We got to keep that separate from who we are as a team. And, and he believes that an NFL locker room, especially a winning one like Seattle has,
right,
it comes together as a family. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, Asian, it doesn't matter. And I can, because when you're winning cures all ills, I say. There's very little negativity.
It's like the whole Remember the Titans thing with Denzel Washington.
Exactly. So when I see the game and I watch Texas, and I just did a CBS Sports Minute on the freshman quarterback there, and I can understand why. Right. And he had, it was a great opening game for him. He's a freshman. That's a big program, and there's a lot riding for Charlie Strong, their head coach, because he has been, criticized his first couple of years there of not really doing what everybody thought he was going to do. But, for college coaches, it takes a little while to get their kids in there, their recruits in there and everything. And they also have to navigate the kids that have been there when he gets there, which are not his kids essentially, right?
Sure. He's got to start his own recruiting class, the whole bit.
So
blah,
so the game is over. And Buechele, the freshman quarterback, had a great game. But he also has a senior quarterback by the name of Tyrone Swoops.
He scored the 2 touchdowns in overtime. He's a moose, that kid.
And basically, Tyrone Swoops was the starting quarterback, and now he has to take a back seat, and this young kid has to come in there and play. What's interesting about it, because when you see the 2 kids, one's a senior, one's a freshman. One's black, one's white. And there's Charlie Strong, the black coach, standing in the middle of them. And when you hear these kids talk about what they're trying to get accomplished at Texas and how they are sacrificing for one another. And in this case, Tyrone Swoops more so than Buechele, because he just got there.
He's a true freshman.
But Tyrone Swoops, to his credit, basically is saying, I'll do whatever I have to do in order for our team to win. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, this is the mentality that, all teams should have. And maybe, just maybe, with that mentality,